is a call to the believers, a rally cry for those that hunger for greatness, the ones putting in the work, even when no one is watching, those who aim too high, who dare to rewrite expectations. We will recognize our next generation of female athletes who possess this ambitious, defiant swagger. We will lift ourselves when no one believes we can go anywhere at all. We will believe our own bold claims. Under Armour Women of Will finds a way.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Inland Empire Coaches Talk. Today I am with the Under Armour rep, Miss Emmy Walton. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So Emmy, tell the folks a little bit at home about your background and how you came to Under Armour.
Okay, I am a women's sports specialist for BSN and Under Armour, so I'm kind of a hybrid position. I work for both companies. I grew up playing basketball and soccer in Orange County, so I'm a California native, and I love sports. I mean, it's my passion. So I've actually had many jobs that led me here, and it's been quite a ride, but I finally feel really excited about where I've been for the last 2 years, which is when I started with BSN and Under Armour, because I'm working for two companies that have really gotten behind women's sports. I played college soccer at Cal State Fullerton, so I ended up leaving basketball behind just because I had to choose when I got to high school, and I'm 5'5", so I was a little bit better at soccer too, so but I kind of miss it. But yeah, I have a passion for sports, and a couple things happened that led me to BSN and Under Armour, and I'm here now. And as a women's sports specialist, my job is to figure out how we can promote female sports. As you and most people know, the ladies athletes don't always get all the love. The big sports that bring in a lot of money, like football, all the attention and funding usually goes to those sports. So what my job is, and my women's team with BSN and Under Armour, is to figure out how we can make it so that they are recognized as they always should have been. So we have created this, my boss Maria Carlini on the BSN side and Erin Lenski on the Under Armour side, they created this program dedicated to empowering female athletes at the high school level only. So this was created in summer of 2018, and we have almost 200 Women of Will schools across the country now. It's kind of blowing up, and we are really excited about it.
Now, when you talk about a Women of Will program, so I'm going to back up just a little bit. So BSN and Under Armour, both amazing companies and have been pillars of driving women's sports forward. So we all know that, or I say we all, in the sports industry, we know that Under Armour has given comp for women's soccer the same as they've given men's soccer for uniforms. They've created R&D for women's soccer as well as for men's soccer. But what exactly is the Women of Will program for an individual high school?
That's a great question. The Women of Will program really sets itself apart from any other program out there. It is the only high school sponsorship program in the country for female athletes at the high school level. What this program is a way for a school to elevate their female athletes' high school experience. We have professional branding. I mean, this logo is amazing.
I'm actually kind of hurt that I still don't have one of those shirts.
I can get you one. But yeah, this logo is, I'm so proud of it because it's like a badge of honor. You know, as an athlete, we like to identify ourselves with a brand. And there's never been a brand that's just for female athletes. You know, you go to a Nike or an Under Armour or an Adidas school, you wear that logo, but has there ever been a logo just for female athletes, letting everyone know that you are a strong female athlete. I just think it's so cool that a big brand like Under Armour is doing something for these high school girls. And I think it's important that it's at the high school level because they are dealing with things you and I didn't even deal with when we were in high school. I mean, the pressures of social media, and there's been spikes of anxiety, depression, and so a lot of these athletes in high school aren't going to go on to play college. So we want to come in with this program and almost give them that college experience. So they have access to the same garments that colleges do, and it's at a team discount. And then we have professional branding. We have Women of Will Day. We have what else am I?
Well, I know you guys support each other on social media, so you're constantly
yeah.
talking about that. You're highlighting programs, highlighting the female athletes as well. So one of the questions I get a lot from athletic directors so like at Ramona, Tibbles asks me, like, well, do I have to have all Under Armour? So if my football team is in Nike, my baseball team's in New Balance, but my soccer's already in Under Armour, does that preclude me from doing this program?
No. So what the basic requirements to be a Women of Will school are that 4 female sports are participating, at least 4. So you need, just soccer, basketball, volleyball, track, let's say. And then what happens over time is the other sports end up seeing the cool gear and then want to go Under Armour eventually. But that's kind of the minimum requirements. And what I've seen in my California schools, which we have 52 in California now, but when I go to meet the girls on campus, it's really cool because I can do fittings for them. They feel excited that someone from Under Armour is coming just to fit them for their uniforms and their warm-ups, and they just feel special, and that's what it's all about.
Now, what about something like swimming or water polo? Because Under Armour is not really in that arena. If I have a water polo coach that comes to me that wants to join a Women of Will program, how does that work?
That's an awesome question too. And because it's a BSN and Under Armour program, whatever holes Under Armour has, BSN can fill those holes. BSN sells swimwear. BSN sells everything in the water. So with those two companies combined, they can still be a part of it. Something new and exciting this year is Under Armour has wrestling singlets and fight shirts and shorts in a women's cut for the first time ever. So I'm really excited about that. Under Armour is really getting behind what female athletes need compared to other brands, and they're really making them. They're putting a lot of effort into what they look like, how they fit. They're not just pinking it and shrinking it like they used to.
The Jenny Finch days?
Yeah, that doesn't fly with us anymore. I mean, when I grew up playing soccer, I remember where all my uniforms were past my elbows, down to my knees. And granted, I didn't care because I was there to play. But what the heck? That's so messed up. So finally, a brand is really listening, and we have these ex-collegiate female athletes at UA headquarters that are having a say, like, this is how it should fit, and this is how I want it to feel, and this is the performance-based driven material that I want. So it's if you look at the brands across like the sideline, let's say warm-ups, if I put a few brands side by side, girls want Under Armour because of how cool it looks. It's almost got a retail look to it. Sometimes things on the team side can be a little stagnant, but it really has a retail
I try to say
look.
Templated, not stagnant.
Yeah, templated is a good word.
All the way that you phrase it.
Yes, very true. But yeah, this program is unlike any program out there, and we have new exciting things that we're launching, like an AD referral program where if an athletic director who's a current Women of Will customer refers another school, then they'll get some CTU, which is change to Under Armour money, comp money for them. But yeah, so we're trying to help our coaches out, our athletic directors out, and our female athletes.
Excellent. Now, one of the things that I know we always talk about is, like we said, BSN will help fill in some of the holes, but this is not a head-to-toe program.
No.
Because I know, like, you talk soccer. Soccer has been owned primarily by two brands for the better part of 3 decades.
Yes.
And Under Armour has not really dipped their toe into that particular arena when it comes to footwear.
Yes.
So how does that program work?
So our program is head to ankle, and that is because footwear is very personal. If someone told me what cleats to wear, I'd tell them to get lost. So you are right in that, the soccer space there. But on the other hand, our Under Armour's footwear has really come a long way. I know that people may have not, maybe they tried it like 5 years ago and they were like, oh, this isn't the best. I would highly encourage people to give another shot because our footwear is amazing.
Well, I've always appreciated Under Armour for their R&D and constantly the things that they don't do well, like I'll use baseball, which is my main arena. They came in with All-Star for a partnership for all of their catcher's gear and all of their baseball equipment because they're one of the leaders in innovation in baseball. So Under Armour does do those handshake agreements in the areas that they know they're either dipping their toe in or they're not practically strong because they've never been in that space.
Yes, and just to add to the head to ankle piece, we do want the footwear to be offered on the online store, which BSN does a great job of making coaches' lives easier through our My Team shops. Offering those shoes on the store so that the athletes do have access to purchase them at that team discount. So it's going to be cheaper than if they're going to Dick's to go buy them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
It's a brand name.
So they have.
The Rock would approve. He's a huge sponsor.
I love The Rock. Oh man.
Have you been watching the Titan games?
No.
Every Monday night, I'm watching the Titan games.
Good for you.
And it's sponsored by Under Armour.
Yeah. I watch his Instagram workout videos. Those are insane. Big chains.
Can't do the hypertrophy workouts anymore. I'm too old.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope that the coaches out there listening know that this program, hopefully you're already lifting your girls up on campus, but this is just a platform for you to really do something special on campus for your girls and to let your community know that you empower the female athletes at your school and that you recognize them. The saddest thing I ever hear is, I talked to a cross-country athlete from one of our Women of Will schools a month ago, and she's like, our boys' teams don't do well, and we won CIF, and no one even announced it on campus. And I'm like, that's terrible. And that is what the Women of Will program is about. Having this brand, having the girls all walking around with this badge of honor on their shirts, on their backpacks, letting everyone know that there's a strong presence of female athletes on campus, and that when they do well, everyone's going to know about it, and people are going to go to that game. One really exciting addition we have that we're going to be launching in this next school year is a Women of Will day per sport. So we're going to give the ADs a template that's already ready to go for social that has their logo and the date and time of their Women of Will day game. So volleyball team against this team. And what we are trying to do with this is to get the whole community involved. So from having the middle school and elementary school athletes attend the games for free so that we are starting that excitement to play sports and to go to that high school at a young age. And then the parents pay to go to the games so that in turn puts in more money for the school. And that's something I'm really excited about because we do want to build this community of supporting our female athletes in a way that we never have before.
And I know for those of us that are on social media a lot, you see a lot of the national signing days right now. Mm-hmm. And it warmed my heart because I saw a lot of the Women of Will backgrounds during signing days.
Yes.
Where I always go, there's Emmys, there's Emmys, there's Emmys.
Yes.
So also the other nice thing that I think a lot of ADs don't recognize is the fact that, like we talked about The Rock earlier, and the amount of R&D that goes into the fitness side can now translate to the team side. So we can work on it with both forms. Yes, we are doing spirit packs. We are doing uniforms. By the way, the uniforms your rep would work with to make sure they're nationally federated, because that is an issue that we do run into. But also outside of that, like you were saying, add on the team shop, all the workout equipment,
training gear,
and all the stuff that Under Armour is famous for right now is, I think, one of the key things of empowering the women right now. And we need brand awareness, and we need school spirit more than ever in this country with everything going on in this whirlwind.
Yes, we do.
So what do you see coming down the pipeline when it comes to innovation for women?
When it comes to innovation for women, I see, are you talking about product or just in sports in general?
Both. Pick your poison.
I see something that we call it this Women of Will movement. And I see female sports being equal to men's sports. Right now, it's not there yet, but it's getting there. I see females, being promoted more on social media, professional athletes being promoted more, even, demanding for equal pay on the professional sport level. Women's soccer, had their thing. But the technology that Under Armour is passionate about, the quality of product that they're passionate about, they put the same amount of effort into their female line as they do to their male line. So I just see it improving over the next few years and forever, hopefully.
Now, obviously, we've already said that this is for high schools only. So for the club teams that are watching, for the booster club moms, if you're not involved in that, you need to talk to your coach, which then would get in contact with a rep. But Emmy, tell the folks at home how they can get in contact with you if they have questions about the Women of Will program.
If you have questions, you can reach me at ewalton@bsnsports.com, Emmy Walton. So my phone number, you feel free to call me, text me. It's 949-677-6382. And then we also have a private group, Women of Will, sponsored by BSN Sports and Under Armour Facebook page that you can add yourself to. And then we are recognizing our Women of Will athletes and schools on our BSN Sports Women social platform. So you can feel free to reach out to us any of those platforms.
Perfect. Thank you, Emmy, and thank you for being on the program. As always, if anyone would like to be on the program, please contact us. We will have all the contact information after this program is done. Thank you, everyone. Be safe. God bless.
Thank you.